Hello friends, it's Tom Day, and today I wanted to go over the Unhallowed set in terms of pushing Greater Rifts. Now, we're only going to be doing a level 65 Greater Rift with this build, but you can go way higher with this. In fact, I believe the current top person on the leaderboard is around 86 or 87, using a very similar build to this. Now, oops, wrong thing, here we go. So for skills, Evasive Fire Focus, Multishot Arsenal, Vengeance Seethe. I'm using Smokescreen Displacement. This just makes you invisible. It's kind of cheesier than using Tumble, because you're immune to things, so you can kind of not pay attention as much and still clear stuff. Tumble's probably better though, so I don't know. Preparation, Invigoration, again for Discipline and Companion Wolf. And then we're using Awareness in case you die or mess up. Ballistics, more damage. Ambush, more damage. And I'm using Thrill of the Hunt, and that's because I happen to have Cull of the Weak on my Hellfire Amulet. So we're going with that. As for items, you want the full Unhallowed set. So the helm, dexterity, vitality, crit chance, shoulders. You do want some cooldown reduction. You definitely want your cooldown to be around 36%, so that way Vengeance can be up at all times. Chest armor, you definitely want the Hatred regen on your armor. That's nice. And you do want the plus Discipline on your armor as well. Bracers, you do want the Wraps of Clarity. This help you take less damage, which is important. You would probably be better instead of Resist to have Vitality, but I don't know. Kind of depends on what you're looking at here. Otherwise, these are really nice. The belt, the Witching Hour is awesome. My Witching Hour is mediocre. It could be a little bit better, but overall, it's nice. It's very good. Adds a ton of damage. Rings, Focus, and Restraint. I did get this actually in the video, on the video that I just posted, the 2-minute rift. I happened to find this ring, so that's neat. And defensive stats on pants, boots again. Restraint, obviously. I have cooldown on this and crit damage. The weapon is not ancient. My damage would be way higher if I had an ancient weapon, but what can you do? Anywho, something along these lines. You don't really want to have the socket rolled. You should use a Ramaldani's Gift instead, but I just haven't bothered because it's not ancient. I don't know. That's probably silly. And then Dead Man's Legacy again for multi-shot damage. The gems that I'm using Bane of the Trapped. Again, since I'm using Thrill of the Hunt, this is procced on everything anyways. And Zystone of Vengeance, more damage. And Bane of the Powerful, more damage. This probably, maybe on higher Griffiths, you want to use Stricken. Maybe even Takeoak, I'm not positive. As for what's in the cube, we're using Dawn again to reduce the cooldown of Vengeance. The Visage of Goons, I don't know. This gives you the Dark Heart when you have Vengeance up, which is 50% damage reduction. Fantastic. Then just the Tired and True, or Tried and True. I always say tired. Convention of the Elements. I probably say that just because you get sick of seeing it all the time on every single build, but it's good, so it's hard to pass up, you know? Anyways, so you just kind of run through. At 65, this is not going to be complicated. It's going to be a joke, actually. This is the build. The reason I don't want to do a higher grift is just because I want the video to stay kind of short and sweet. You get the basic idea, and obviously when you're doing higher grifts, you have to change your playstyle a little bit, because you're not just going to be killing everything, and you can't face tank stuff, and you got to move. To be honest, I probably couldn't face tank at this difficulty anyways, but it just gives you an idea of how strong the build is, even when you're just sort of playing for fun, and not trying to push really high into greater rifts. With this exact setup, I was able to clear, I don't know, I think it was like a 72 or 73 without too much trouble. And I don't have, remember, if you watch the other video, the 2-minute rift clear, I don't have Discipline on my offhand, which is an enormous DPS loss. I mean, a gigantic DPS loss. So if you're thinking, if you actually want to play this build and push it into rifts, make sure you have Discipline on your weapon, your chest, and your offhand. It adds so much damage because of the 6-piece of Unhallowed, which we can look at in just a second here, in case, because I should have shown that earlier, but I didn't do a good job. So the 6-piece here is your Generator's Multishot and Vengeance deal 40% increased damage for every point of Discipline you have. That's insane. So if you have it on all those 3 items that I mentioned, you can have up to 36 extra Discipline. That's a lot of damage. So again, if you're really thinking about taking this into the grifts, make sure you do that. And yeah, the build's really fun to play. This is actually my first season really getting into Demon Hunters. I messed around with them before to complete an achievement. The kill, what is it, 100,000 monsters, and I know it sounds weird to say I messed around with something and killed 100,000 monsters and didn't play it, didn't understand the ins and outs of the class very well. But what can I say? But yeah, it's been fun. I've never played a class like this in the game, and it's different than what I was playing last season, which was, you know, Barbarian and Crusader. So that's kind of nice. It's really cool to clear a whole screen of monsters like this. I gotta, it's just, that's fun. That's really fun, and they just blow up. Like this feels like it's T10. It doesn't even make sense how easy this is. And again, I'm showing you a 65 only because I want to keep the video nice and easy, short and sweet, you know? And there's other guys out there that are posting videos of them clearing much higher griffs, so you can check their videos out if you want to see what that's like. This is just to give you a quick rundown of, I guess it's relatively quick, rundown of what to expect from the build and the power you can get from the Demon Hunter, even if you just want to, you know, play, you don't want to play really hardcore, you just want to play a little more casually. And you'll notice my Paragon isn't crazy high, it's 600. You can get that pretty easy. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good season so far. I think it's probably one of the weaker seasons overall because the big drive of this season is to farm transmogs and goblins and that kind of stuff. So if you don't like farming, it's more or less the same from last season. However, the cool thing is that if you didn't play, you know, usually I only play one or maybe two classes every season, so although it's not a lot has changed in the grand scheme of things, it still feels new to me because I haven't played Demon Hunter at all in like I played it a little bit about a year ago, and then I've never really played it to push a greater rift, so it's pretty cool. I'm having fun. You'll see just stuff. I mean, we are. I mean, this is a 65, and I realize a 65 this season is not high in terms of what's possible, but still, it's pretty cool that we're able to just walk through this stuff and not have to think about it. And so, you know, this is good. Ooh, whoa, almost died there as I'm talking about how easy it is. So, you know, if all you're trying to do is get your gems to 65 to complete the seasonal conquests, you can pick up the Demon Hunter class, and after a little bit of playing, you'll have no problem doing that, which is nice. Because not everybody wants to play to push griffs, but I do. Even if I don't play that much, I like completing the seasonal journey. It feels good. Ooh, I might die here. Already lost my cheat death passive. I should be focusing. Oh, there we go. You'll notice that was when the Convention of Elements rotated to fire, and whoo, mama, that damage starts pumping out real good, real nice like. So yeah, that's the build and the skills and all that stuff. So go kick some ass in Season 6, guys. Talk to you later.